Joe Biden called young black men predators who were beyond the pale, while writing the law that doubled our prison population. Ellen DeGeneres built a billion-dollar empire on Be Kind, while firing black employees who asked for diversity training. And Rachel Dolezal, she literally stole a black woman's identity, darkened her skin, and became president of the NAACP, while lying about being the victim of hate crimes she committed against herself. They smile in your face. They post black squares on Instagram. They say, "I see you," and "I stand with you." But history doesn't lie, even when they do. Here's the truth your favorite ally doesn't want you to know. The most dangerous enemies of black progress aren't wearing hoods anymore. They're wearing smiles, sitting in Congress, hosting talk shows, and leading our organizations. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at white allies the same way again. Because today, we're exposing 3 types of fake allies whose actions reveal what their words try to hide. The politician who cages us while campaigning on our freedom, the entertainer who profits from our culture while silencing our voices, and the white savior who steals our identity to feed their narcissism. Let's start with the most powerful one. In 2020, Joe Biden won the presidency with overwhelming black voter support. He was the guy who worked with Obama. He understood our struggles. He was safe. He was an ally. But here's what they didn't show you in those campaign ads. In 1993, Joe Biden stood on the Senate floor and talked about predators on our streets. Not criminals, not young people making mistakes, predators. He said these people were beyond the pale and that society had no idea how to rehabilitate these people. Everyone knew who he meant. The subtext was clear as day. Young black men were animals that needed to be caged. And Biden didn't just talk about it. He wrote the cage. The 1994 crime bill was 356 pages of destruction dressed up as public safety. Biden didn't just support it, he helped write it, championed it, and bragged about it for years. This bill was a weapon aimed directly at black communities, and here's how it worked. It gave $12.5 billion to build more prisons, not schools, not community centers, not job programs, prisons. Because the solution to poverty and the crack crisis wasn't opportunity, it was concrete cells and steel bars. The bill created truth in sentencing laws that forced people to serve 85% of their sentence with no chance of early release for good behavior. It put 100,000 more cops on the streets. And guess where most of them ended up? Not in white suburbs, in our neighborhoods. It created the federal 3 strikes rule. 3 crimes and you're gone for life, even if the 3rd offense was nonviolent. And it made 60 new crimes eligible for the death penalty. 60. The devastation was immediate and brutal. Between 1994 and 2009, the prison population doubled. Black people, 13% of the American population, became nearly 40% of the prison population. Families were ripped apart, communities were hollowed out, and Biden got to be vice president. But wait, it gets worse. This bill didn't just lock up adults. It created the school-to-prison pipeline that's still destroying black children today. The crime bill created the COPS program, which put federal money into policing schools. The result? Black girls became 3.6 times more likely to be arrested at school than white girls. Black boys became 2.4 times more likely to be arrested than white boys. Think about that. A black child acting out in class, something every child does, became a criminal record instead of a trip to the principal's office. All thanks to Joe Biden's bill. And here's the part that really stings. This bill supercharged the racist 1986 Anti-Drug Abuse Act with its insane 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. 5 grams of the street version, popular in black communities, got you the same sentence as 500 grams of the powder version, popular in white communities. Biden's crime bill made sure those sentences stuck. Now, some black leaders did support the bill back then. They were desperate. The crack crisis was destroying communities, and they thought more policing was the answer. But leaders like Maxine Waters and John Lewis, they voted no. They saw the trap. They knew what Biden was really building. The Congressional Black Caucus asked for community investment and alternatives to incarceration. Biden gave them prisons and cops. Fast forward to 2020. Biden finally admitted the bill was a mistake. But notice what he did. He blamed the states for how they implemented it, not the law he wrote. He got his career boost, his vice presidency, his presidency. And we got mass incarceration and broken families. That's not an ally. That's a politician who used black pain as a stepping stone to power. This is exactly why Black Stories Untold exists. To expose the lies they dress up as help, to reveal the truth behind the smiles and speeches. If you believe these hidden histories need to be told, subscribe to our channel. and help us spread the truth they don't want you to know. Now, back to the video. Ellen DeGeneres built a billion-dollar empire on a simple phrase: be kind to one another. For 17 years, she danced across her stage, gave away cars, and positioned herself as America's favorite ally. As a woman who publicly came out who faced backlash in 1997, she understood discrimination. She was safe. She was inclusive. She was one of the good ones. Until a BuzzFeed investigation in July 2020 pulled back the curtain. The workplace Ellen created wasn't kind at all. It was toxic, abusive, and especially hostile to Black employees. One Black woman's experience tells you everything you need to know about performative allyship. She suggested diversity and inclusion training. Not demanded, not protested, just suggested. And she was reprimanded for it. She objected to segments that used the term spirit animal, a phrase stolen from Native cultures and turned into a joke. She was told she was too sensitive. When she raised concerns about racism on set, her white male boss dismissed her by telling random stories about some Black friend he had. She called it what it was: performative nonsense. But the pattern went deeper than one employee. Staff members were told they couldn't speak to Ellen if they saw her around the office. Not, please give her space. Not, she's busy. They literally could not speak to her. The woman who preached kindness to millions wouldn't even acknowledge the people who made her show possible. One employee took a month off after an attempt on their own life. When they returned, ready to rebuild their life, their job had been eliminated, just gone. Another employee created a GoFundMe to pay for medical costs their company insurance wouldn't cover. Ellen's team made them shut it down. Why? Because it might hurt Ellen's brand. Your health crisis is less important than her image. When the story broke, Ellen's team said they were heartbroken and deeply sorry. But here's the thing, they knew. Executive producers admitted there were problems, but claimed they couldn't manage the day-to-day operations. Translation? We knew, but we didn't want to do anything about it because the money was too good. Ellen represents every white celebrity who uses Black culture for profit, who invites Black artists on their show, dances to Black music, and quotes Black activists, but silences, dismisses, and discards Black people the moment they speak up behind the scenes. The Be Kind motto wasn't a mission statement. It was a marketing slogan, and when it stopped making money, Ellen ended the show and walked away with her fortune, while the people she hurt are still trying to heal. Rachel Dolezal was born on November 12, 1977, in Montana to white parents. Her ancestry is German, Czech, and Swedish. She had blue eyes and blonde hair. But around 2009, Rachel decided that wasn't interesting enough. She darkened her skin with bronzer and spray tans. She permed her blonde hair into tight curls. She started claiming she was Black, and when people asked questions, she told her adopted Black brother, "Don't blow my cover." This wasn't a phase or a personal identity crisis she kept private. Rachel weaponized her fake Blackness to steal positions that belonged to real Black women. She got a job teaching Africana education at Eastern Washington University, teaching Black history while lying about being Black. She became president of the Spokane NAACP chapter. Let that sink in. The organization founded to fight for Black civil rights was led by a white woman in blackface. She was appointed chair of the Police Ombudsman Commission, a position meant to hold police accountable, by lying on her application, claiming she had Black, Native American, and white ancestry. But Rachel didn't just steal jobs. She manufactured victimhood to make her lie more believable. She reported multiple hate crimes against herself, including a noose left on her porch. Police investigated and found something interesting about one hate mail package. It had no postage and no barcodes. The only way it could have gotten into her NAACP P.O. box was if someone with a key, like Rachel herself, put it there. She claimed her white parents abused her with a baboon whip like enslaved Africans, comparing her childhood to enslavement. Her parents called it a malicious lie. In 2015, a local reporter asked her a simple question: "Are you African American?" Rachel walked away. Her parents confirmed what everyone already suspected. She was white. And even after being exposed, Rachel doubled down. She called herself trans Black and said, "Whiteness has always felt foreign to me." She legally changed her name to a Nigerian phrase. She wrote a book. She went on talk shows. Some people tried to compare her to transgender people, but scholars shut that down immediately, calling the comparison spurious and offensive. Gender identity and cultural appropriation are not the same thing, and trying to link them is an insult to both Black people and the transgender community. Here's why Rachel Dolezal is more than just a weird news story. She's the white savior archetype in its purest form. She didn't help black people. She stole from black people. She took jobs, opportunities, and platforms that belonged to black women. She made our struggle a costume she could put on when it benefited her and take off when it didn't. Blackness is not a costume. Black pain is not a stage for white people's identity crises. And calling yourself an ally while literally stealing black identity is the ultimate act of violence disguised as love. So let's be clear about what we learned today. Black squares mean nothing. I have black friends means nothing. Speeches about unity mean nothing. What matters is power. Who has it, who uses it, and whose lives get better or worse because of it. Look at their actions, not their words. Joe Biden wrote a bill that caged a generation of black people, then said, "My bad," when he needed our votes. Ellen built an empire on kindness while creating a workplace so toxic that employees were punished for surviving attempts on their own lives. Rachel literally stole black identity to gain power, then called herself oppressed when people called her out. This isn't just about 3 people. It's about a system that creates them over and over. Politicians who cage us while smiling, entertainers who profit from us while silencing us, and saviors who steal from us while calling it love. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And that awareness, that's the first step to liberation. Question everyone. Trust the work, not the words. Liberation is ours to take. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with your thoughts. Who else belongs on this list? And check out our other videos exposing the lies they've been teaching you. Until next time, stay woke, stay proud, and keep fighting. More truth coming soon.